welcome back, welcome to my channel, welcome to Bookmas Day 2. So in today's video I thought a fun idea that I could do was I wrapped 6 books that are on my radar at the moment, and we are going to do random number generator chooses what book we read. Obviously I know what books are in here, but I can't remember what one's in each, and I randomly numbered them 1 through 6. So I think we'll unwrap all of them at the start, so then I know what I'm reading. Should we just start? So in here I did purposely choose, so there's 2 hardcovers, and then there's 2 indie paperbacks and 2 normal paperbacks, because I didn't want it to be obvious what book each of them were. So they are all different, they are all numbered. I don't know how well you can see the numbers, but they are numbered 1 through 6. So I'm gonna ask Siri to choose a number between 1 and 6, and whatever number Siri chooses is going to be the books that we read. So choose a number between 1 and 6. 2. Okay, so the first book we're going to read is number 2. Let's open this up just as proof that it is number 2. Also, how cute is this wrapping paper? It's got gingerbread men all over it. I shall be using this throughout multiple Bookmas videos. Okay, let's open this one. I actually wrap them quite well, but I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes so you guys see it first. Okay, I think it's the right way. No, it's upside down. We have A Promise of Blood by R.S. Empire. This is book 2 in the Amplified trilogy. I really want to get to this, so I'm very happy that we got this. Okay, book number 1 that we're going to be reading. Let's choose book number 2. Choose a number between 1 and 6. We got number 3. So we have another paperback. We haven't got any of the hardcovers, which I would have liked to get the hardcover. Okay, I don't know if this is an indie or a normal. Let's give it an open. Okay, once again I'm going to close my eyes. Oh, also, just to prove that it is number 3. Okay. Okay. I'm so excited. This is Breathe With Me by Bookmas. This is the 5th and final book in the Playing for Keeps series. I read book 1, 2 and 3 as they were indie published, and then obviously read book 4 as by the point that book 4 was out it was a trad published series. But I did read the first 3 books when they were indie, and I have the indie copies of the first 2, but I have been waiting for this story. We meet our characters that are going to be in the story in book 1, and they're already together and we know this, but this is going to be a very sad one, and it makes me very nervous, but I really want to finish this series. It's also going to be bittersweet because like I said, I've probably been reading this series for like 2 years now, over 2 years now, so okay, this is the second book we're going to be reading. Okay, maybe we'll get a hardcover, but let's see. Choose a number between 1 and 6. 5. Okay, we did get a hardcover, just to prove that it's number 5. Let's see what one we have. I don't know what way is the right way. I'm going to say this. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is House of Light by Maxim M. Martineau. This is the Page and Wick edition of the book, because I do have the Page and Wick subscription box. This was July's pick, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and I'm very excited to read this book. It sounds like something I'd really enjoy. She's a thread mender, and she holds a rare life-saving power that can cure disease. Saving anyone sacrifices a slither of her own life, and she wants to keep her abilities hidden, but when a powerful family discovers this, they won't take no for an answer. Basically, I'm very excited to read this book, and it is stunning. So these are the 3 books we're going to be reading in today's video. We have House of Light by Maxim M. Martineau, Breathe With Me by Bookmas, and A Promise of Blood by R.S. Empire. So we are continuing series, finishing a series, and I don't know whether this is a series or a standalone, but also reading a new little world. So this is very, very exciting. We have 2 fantasies and a romance. I think I want to start off with A Promise of Blood. I read book 1 and 2 as I'm filming this not that long ago, and I'm very, very excited to read this. Let's start with A Promise of Blood by R.A. Sandpiper as our first book we're going to read in this video. Hello. It's been a little while since I spoke to you, and honestly very little reading has happened. I think I last spoke to you, I think as I'm filming this right now, it has been a whole week since I spoke. It's been a whole week. So honestly, I have not read a lot, and it's not because I'm not enjoying it. I just have been in a bit of a reading slump the past week. So I am on page 111, which is chapter 10 of A Promise of Blood. I am really enjoying this. Like, genuinely, whenever I pick it up, I'm reading like chapters at a time. I'm really enjoying it, and then I have to put it down because I'm going to work or whatever, and then I just don't pick it back up. I'm having a bit of a, I don't know, just trying to figure out what I'm doing, pretty much. But I'm gonna sit now and we're gonna get some reading done. So I don't think I've really said anything on this book because this is book 2 in the series. So book 1 is A Pocket of Lies. In this book, in book 1, we're following Suri. She's a thief. She ends up killing someone, and then she gets exiled from her kingdom where she lives. Not her kingdom, but where she lives, the kingdom that she lives in, because she impersonates a foreign princess. Basically, this is what happened. And then in order to come back, she makes a bargain with the king of this kingdom and is like, hey, basically, if I can kill this person, then you have to let me come back. And if I can kill this person, I get to come back, and I get to, you give me whatever I want, essentially. So we are carrying on directly after the events that happen in book 1. Like, directly at the end of book 1 is the start of book 2. I'm really enjoying it, to be completely honest with you. I'm really excited to get further in and more into the plots and find out some secrets that we don't know. And I'm very, very excited because I generally am really enjoying this book. I just haven't picked it up. So that's what I'm about to do right now. I'm going to sit here on my reading chair and we're going to get some reading done. So let's go. Your girl has finally finished A Promise of Blood. It took me just over a week, but I ended up finishing off this book this morning. I had a really, really good time with this book. I knew I was going to. I really liked book 1. I really liked the novella. I knew I was going to have a good time and enjoy this book. I gave it a 4 stars. I'm enjoying the plot. I enjoy the characters. Yeah, I definitely would recommend this series if you want a, I think it's technically a grim dark fantasy, but honestly, if you seriously want a slow burn, and when I say slow burn, I mean slow burn, enemies to lovers romance, this is definitely for you. As well, if you like fantasy, a plot, like a good plot that you could like take the romance out and have a good plot, but if you take the plot out, you don't have much of a romance. This is perfect for you. It's generally so good. This is obviously book 2, so book 1 is A Pocket of Lies, but I had a really, really good time with book 2, and I really would like to read book 3 also during Bookmas. Maybe I'll be able to get it into another video, but if not, I will be reading it and it won't be in a Bookmas video. But I had a really, really good time with this. Like I said, 4 stars, but I'll talk a bit more about it over at the end of the video. But I've decided, obviously our 2 options are House of Blight or Breathe With Me, and I have decided to go with Breathe With Me by Becca Mack. This is the 5th and final book in the Playing for Keeps series. I started reading the series back when it was indie published, before book 3 came out. So I actually have the indie copies of book 1 and 2. I don't have the indie copy of book 3 because I didn't buy it, but I bought it on Kindle, and then obviously now I have the trad covers of all of them. But I'm very, very, very excited to read this book. I'm also very, very scared, very, very nervous. I know it's going to break my heart. This is Cara and Emmett, and we know from previous books, and also it is on the back of this book, that they have struggles with fertility, and honestly it just makes me want to cry. So just the thought of it makes me want to cry. But this is just over 445 pages, so it's not super long, but it's like a good amount, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy this and have a really nice time. Not necessarily nice, I think I'm going to cry a lot, but I think I'm going to really enjoy it. So we're going to be starting Breathe With Me tonight. I'm very excited, and then I guess that means that we'll finish the video off with House of Blight. But let's start Breathe With Me by Becca Mack. So I have a little reading update, but first I thought I'd show you what happened today. This has only happened 2 times in my whole reading journey. And funny enough, both of them were with ice hockey romances. So I'm really good at it. My water bottle that I take to work leaks in my bag, and I always empty it before I go there. I fill it up at work and I normally empty it before I leave. However, today I forgot to empty it before I left, and it leaked all in my bag. And this is the current state, and this has been on, it's like just sat on the radiator for, I want to say 3 hours and it's still very wet. And I'm a little bit nervous. I'm probably going to buy a new copy, but I thought I'd let you know what's happened. So I have now bought it on my Kindle, but obviously I'm just gonna go with obviously where I was. So I ended up getting to chapter 5, which is 55 pages in. So we have done a little bit. I think it's about 12%. Well, I know it's about 12%, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I obviously knew going into this that we are going to hit hard topics, and it's probably going, I knew it was going to be a bit more of an emotional book, and it definitely is even now, but I'm just taking my time. I'm getting back into the world, not the world, the characters, I guess the world that these characters are in, and the like the characters, and seeing them all again. It has been, I looked at it this morning, it has been just over a year since I read the last book in the series, which was Fall With Me. So I'm on page 55. I'm gonna sit and read some of it tonight. My goal is to read like 2 chapters every night before bed, so that's what I'm gonna at least be reading, 2 more chapters, but hopefully I do end up reading more. But yeah, I thought I'd let you know that I'm not reading this, I'm reading this because this has happened. I'm gonna put this back on my radiator and hope that it dries out, and maybe it will just be thicker and it will be readable. But it does look a little bit like some of the words on the inside have bled, so I'm gonna buy a new copy anyway, but I will keep you updated with how this copy goes, because I think we all want to be updated. I thought I'd do a little reading check-in before I go ahead and finish Breathe With Me. I bought a new copy today. This one's not damaged. The other one, it's like double the size, to be honest with you. So I've been reading this. I did end up buying it on my Kindle, so I've been reading on my Kindle, to be honest with you. But I'm now on page 255, and this is just under 450. So I have under 200 pages left. I knew this book was going to be sad. It is definitely sad, but I am having a really nice time, and I'm honestly thinking I can probably finish it off tomorrow. So I've done, I think, like 100 and something pages today. So I've done at least 150 pages today. I have like an hour before I go to sleep, so I'm going to see how much I can do. I'll probably end up reading on Kindle just because I'm going to jump in bed. But honestly, I'm really enjoying it, and I do think I'll probably finish it off tomorrow. And we are getting a bit more deeper, obviously, into Cara and Emmett and their struggles. And we are also starting to get to the point that we're going to see some, not a solution, but a bit more of Cara coming back to how she was in the previous books before she found out about all these struggles. That's where I'm at. Like I said, I'm having a really nice time. Enough for me yapping, let's get to reading, and I'll probably speak to you when I finish this book. So I have a little reading update. So I have ended up finishing Breathe With Me by Becca Mack. This was a 4-star read. I had a really good time with this. Honestly, I just love Cara and I love Emmett, and I loved seeing, I think I was saying it in my last clip, but I loved seeing obviously the downfall, but then I know that sounds really weird, but I loved seeing like the downfall and then seeing everything kind of get better and them heal and things, and I had a really nice time with it. So yeah, I'm really happy that I finished the series, and I would definitely recommend this series if you haven't read it already. It's ice hockey romance books, but each story has like a different storyline, characters, but it's all the boys from the same team. So yeah, and you have really nice girl friendships in this as well, so definitely recommend. But I haven't yet started it, but we are going to be starting our third and final book for this video, House of Blight by Maxim and Matthew. So this is, I don't know too much honestly about this book. I think I said, but this is the Page and Wick special edition. So yeah, I don't know too much about this book, but it sounds really mystery. It sounds like someone's got a power that saves lives, and the powerful family wants to use her essentially, but we'll see. But I'm very excited to read this. This is a absolutely stunning edition of the book. Really enjoying House of Blight so far. I think I read like 70 pages in like one sitting, and getting into a fantasy book at night time when I'm a bit tireder, 70 pages in one sitting is like absolutely crazy. I'm now on page 154, which is chapter 11. The chapters are quite long. So in this book we are following Adira? Yeah, we're following Adira, and she is a thread maker, which in this world, if you are a thread maker, then basically you can heal people. You can see people's threads, but when you use your threads to help heal someone, amount of time out of your lifespan, but you don't know how long it is. So, but there's this deadly curse, deadly plague kind of thing going around called the Blight, and when her brothers get the Blight and the master of the Ferngloves house, Ferngloves? I want to say it's the Ferngloves. When he finds out that she's a thread maker, it is known that they take thread makers and then they're never seen again. And her aunt was one of the person that was taken, and she is now dead. But we are following Adira, who is now at the Fernglove estate, whose brothers have the Blight, but the Ferngloves have a power to be able to not stop the Blight, but like stop it from progressing and spreading as much. It is where the body decays essentially from the inside out. So they are trying to find a cure, a solution for this, and they think a thread maker, is it a thread maker, or am I just been saying thread maker? It's not. I don't know. But they think that they are the way that they are going to be able to help and cure this. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying Adira, and I'm really enjoying the like setting and the writing style. I'm also really enjoying Orin, who is the main guy, but potentially I feel like I'm feeling like there may be 2 love interests. I'm feeling maybe Roderick and Oren. I'm rooting for Oren. I like Oren. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and obviously this is the stunning Under the Dust jacket, which I'm literally obsessed with it. On the back it has a quote that I have now read, which is, "Magic doesn't care about intention, just the word itself." So she is surrounded by all these immortal people. They're almost like fae, and she's surrounded by these, and she's a human, and she's trying to figure out their magic and how that works, and trying not to be tricked into bargains and things like that. And let's get some reading done. Reading update. So I finished House of Light. So I finished this, I want to say like 2 days ago, but I really enjoyed this. I ended up binging, I think the last like 100 pages, 130 pages. I didn't think I was going to finish it that night, and I ended up doing so. So this was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm very excited for book 2, because there definitely is going to be a book 2. But this book honestly just encompassed, it gave me cozy vibes. It gave me vibes that was like the Rose Bargain mixed with like, I don't know, I feel like it gave me the same vibes that the Rose Bargain did, but in completely different ways, and I loved that. So yeah, this is 100%, I would recommend. This was a 4-star read. Absolutely loved it. Seriously, I recommend this so much. I loved our characters. I loved the plot. I think it really intrigued me the whole way through. It kept me gripped. So definitely would recommend this. So let's go through the 3 books that I ended up reading in this video. And funny enough, they were all 4 stars. Yeah, so we had a really good little reading time, so let's talk about them. So first of all, we obviously read A Promise of Blood by R.I. Sandpiper. This is the 2nd book in the Amafire trilogy. This book was so good. I really enjoyed seeing more of our characters, more of the plot, how it was expanding, and the world, and I had a really nice time with this. I definitely want to finish this series off 4 stars. And then obviously we read Breathe With Me by Becca Mack. This is the 5th and final book in the Playing for Keeps series. Absolutely loved this. Loved Cara and Emmett. Loved finally getting their story after obviously meeting them in book 1, and now we're book 5 and we're finally getting their story. Seriously, had the best time with this. Heartbreaking, everything, but 4-star read as well. Really enjoyed this one. And then we have House of Blight. I really liked the characters, the plot, the way the story was told. I really enjoyed this. Obviously this is a stunning edition. This was a 4-star read. It's definitely a book I would recommend. I feel like I've never really seen this book anywhere, and I would 100% recommend it. If you have not already heard of this book, or this isn't on your TBR, I 100% recommend. If you want like a healer who's like trying to hide because this like healer isn't meant to be, or they want a fae family wants them to help cure a disease that could probably kill them by trying to heal people, and if you want this, there's deceit, there's lies, there's everything. If you want that is so good. I 100% recommend this. If there's like a love triangle, but as you're kind of getting further into the love triangle, you're like, maybe one of the guys is not as it seems, I 100% picking this book up. 4-star read. Honestly, really loved it. Honestly, overall, I'd recommend every single book, every single series that was mentioned in this vlog. I seriously had the best time. I might have to do a part 2 because this was just so much fun. But thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in Bookmas Day 3. Thank you so much. Bye!